Welcome back to the Coaches Show here on Country 93.1, live from Pints and Courts Pub and Grill on Norton Street in Muskegon. My name is Matt Chapkus, and boy, this table just got a whole lot younger and better looking, let me tell you. I have, of course, Coach Zerwan still with me, but we have the two captains of the state champion Crusader football team, Alex Lewandowski and Nicholas Holt. Gentlemen, welcome back once again.
Thank you.
Thanks. Absolutely. I guess, guys, I'm going to start with you two. Talk about getting ready, getting up Friday morning after Thanksgiving. You're in Detroit, and you walk out into Ford Field. Now, I saw you guys walking out there. You're still in your good clothes, looking nice and everything. What is that like, knowing that you're going to be playing on that field where you just probably yesterday watched the Lions beat the Packers, which was surprising enough? I mean, what would take me through that experience? Nick, we'll start with you, and then I'll ask Alex the same thing.
Yeah, I'll never forget it. It was a really cool experience, especially with that there was no one else in the entire place. It was just the football team, and it was just a time you could just soak it all in, I guess. And it's something you'll never forget.
All right, Alex, what was your reaction walking out there and looking up and seeing what you saw?
It was cool just being out there before everyone else was there, and we knew we had to just take it in then because we knew once we got on the field later we couldn't focus on that. We had to focus on the game.
Now, for you, especially as a senior, was there a little bit of finally, I'm here, I get to do this?
Oh, yeah. I knew it was going to be my last game, so
right.
Pretty cool place to play it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, Coach Zerwan, you talk about when you come into a game, you have the first 5 or 10 plays called already. So when you whistled or called in that first play, when Nick handed it to Alex, that was something that you had planned way ahead of time, correct?
Yeah, what we started in was kind of things that we'd worked on all week, and it's a play we've run all year. And again, you just call in the play, and it's the kids that are executing it. So I go back to the fact I'm not surprised anytime the kids break one because I know we have great team speed, and we work all week on execution.
All right, now Nick, how much fun is it watching the backside of Alex run away from you?
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, especially when you don't do much. You just kind of hand it off to him and just let him go. And then you always get to run and then follow him all the way to the end zone and jump on him a little bit, even though he's pretty tired at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Now that first carry for you, first play from scrimmage. Come on, man, 78 yards and you're in the end zone. Did you pinch yourself a little bit when you got in there?
No, I was a little too tired for that.
Fair enough.
And I just got to say, Alex is he's our left wing on our extra point, and then he goes back on kickoff, and then he's on the first defense. So it's not like he got any break, once that happened. But I guess that's the expectation we have on some of these kids, and he did just a wonderful job with it.
Now, you talk about expectations. You expect the captains of the team to just do a little bit more than everybody else. Is that correct?
Well, number one, they were voted by their team.
Right.
So they were, it was, you don't do any of the thing, and it came back when you were asking the kids right before the first game, who do you want to represent them and be their captains? It was these two by an overwhelming vote. And since I've been at Catholic the last, 10 years, and when I played there, I don't ever remember a junior being elected. And again, we have a small senior class, but I think it just kind of points to the faith that they have in these two guys, and even Nick being a junior, even though he played up as a sophomore. So, I guess the biggest thing you're looking for captains is just to lead by example. They're the ones that have to be there, and that the other people have to feed off with their kind of the mentality and how serious they're taking the number of different things and the number of different shifts that you go through in practice. And these two guys did a fabulous job leading those guys, and especially when you don't have a lot of seniors on the team. I think it was real important having a junior captain like Nick, being out there, who kind of leading the group of kids that he had kind of grown up with.
Absolutely. Now, Alex, things are winding down in the fourth quarter. You got a couple more touchdowns under your belt. When do you look at the scoreboard and say, we did this?
After I came off the field with only a minute 30 left, then I knew. But before that, they were passing, so the clock was going slowly, and I don't know, I never liked that.
Yeah. And Nick, you got to play quite a bit on defense. Actually had an eventful day on defense. When's the last time you had a sack?
A long time. I don't remember the last time.
Your dad probably called your the last blitz on your last sack. Yeah.
Probably.
Now, that's got to be nice to be on the delivering end instead of the receiving end or something like that.
Yeah, it's because it was blindside, and I remember getting those. Just not as much this season, but I still remember getting hit from the blind side, and it doesn't feel too good, so it's kind of fun.
All right. Now, I'm going to let both of you guys talk a little bit about the guys that work in front of you, the line, both offensively and defensively, because, frankly, if those guys aren't there doing the dirty work, you guys aren't having the success that you had this year. Alex, we'll start with you this time. Just talk about your relationship with those guys. I mean, they got to be pretty excited when they see you. I know they're excited because I've talked to a couple. When they see you break one like that, that makes their day. That's got to be a pretty awesome feeling for you.
Yeah, it's great. Just all year, they work probably even harder than us backs. I mean, they've blown people off the ball all year, and we've just been able to count on that, and makes it fun to be a running back.
Absolutely. Nick, I would assume basically the same reaction from you. Those guys are protecting you pretty well out there.
Exactly, yeah. And to go off what Alex said, with them working just as hard, if not harder, I know always, like in group, the line are always working way longer than we are on the plays. We'll be done with them still halfway through the plays, and they just keep on going over and over and over with them.
Yeah, we have a little joke when we kind of, one of the first things we do in practice on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we split up, and the backs kind of work on what they need to work on the linemen. And the backs always seem to get done a lot sooner than the linemen. And kind of Coach Fedorosi and Coach Rebecki always say, well, you guys are just running to a spot. We got to learn new blocking schemes every week. We need more time. So I think as much as it's a joke, I think there is some truth to it. And those guys do a great job learning new assignments every week, and the amount of different things that we give them, I think is, if you saw my play card, I think you would, a lot of people would laugh and say, what are you doing with this? Because we have a lot of different schemes and a lot of different things we can do, and anytime you add more things, you're putting a lot more pressure on the line to learn more things. And they just, Coach Fedorosi and Coach Rebecki do a wonderful job coaching them, and those two guys, the linemen in general just do a great job opening holes up for the backs.
Now, Coach, I want you to talk about, this is your first season. I don't think it's fair to call you a rookie coach because you've been coaching for a long time, but it is your first season as a head coach. I would assume you're going to remember these two young men for a long time, the way they led this team and the way they helped you through the season as well.
Yeah, there's no question, and especially, Alex being a senior and just the type of season he's had, and just the it's okay to talk about words like this. Just the legacy he's left at Catholic Central with the seasons that he's put together the last 2 years, getting to the semis and then getting to the finals, and the performance he had in the finals. Obviously, it's real special. And I really can't get too sentimental on Nick yet because I got to coach him one more year. So hopefully we'll have the same conversation next year about Nick.
Yeah, let's plan on doing that.
All right.
Alex, let's talk a little bit. What's going on for you now? I know that you're playing hockey, right?
Yep.
But you got to be trying to figure out this college situation as well. How are you combining all those things together right now?
Well, I took 1 week off hockey, to recover.
Fair enough.
Well, you were in the weight room yesterday.
I was. But I don't know where I'm going yet. I'm going to be an engineer in college.
Okay.
And talking to a few different schools right now.
Good. I think Coach Zerwan said it, but it's hard to argue with the best player on the field in the biggest game in Division 8 not being the best player in Division 8, and I think you were this year. And I just wanted to say that because, there were other players that got awards, and you got local awards too, but, man, especially the way you were able to carry the team the last couple of weeks, that was an awesome performance, and Coach Zerwan nailed it. It's a legacy that you've created there at MCC.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Nick, let's create your legacy next year, all right?
All right, sounds good.
And truly, I believe we probably would have been celebrating back-to-back if you didn't nick that ankle a little bit last year.
Well, it's hard to speculate on that, but
you guys have been a lot of fun to work with this year, and it's been a pleasure to watch you, especially you, Alex. I'm looking forward to seeing where you end up. Nick, I'll probably see you during baseball season coming up, and actually I might even do a little hockey this year. You never know. You never know. So Alex Lewandowski, Nicholas Holt, captains of the state championship football team here at Division 8 at Muskegon Catholic Central. Thank you for your work this year. It was a lot of fun watching you guys. Best of luck. Why don't we take a break? We'll be back with more of the Coaches Show after this here on Country 93.1.
Thank you.